Good afternoon, Teegurmann, parents, families, friends, and of course, to our beloved students, if you're watching, greetings. My name is Dr. Jeremy Teegurmann. I'm the director of Teegurmann Schools. I'm coming to you today from my office. Today is Friday, May 29th, 2020. This is the next video in a series of videos called Teegurmann State of the Union. I want to welcome all of you back. As I've been saying since the beginning of these videos, I appreciate all of your feedback, wherever it's coming from, whether it be coming from staff or from students or from parents and families. We appreciate it. I appreciate the good stuff. We'll take the bad stuff also. But if you have feedback, please let us know about your thoughts and ideas and how things are going. You can email me at social@teegurmann.org. As of today, we're completing week 10 of remote learning, and we are completing 8.5 weeks of teletherapy. Unbelievable. Every week we go over this. I'm amazed at how far we've come and what a wonderful job we've been doing with it. Updates on Google Classroom and teletherapy. Not sure really there's much more to update you on. We are in week 3 of the Google Classroom, and we're doing Zoom and Google Meets for the Google Classroom interactions and Zoom and Google Meets for the teletherapy. Feel like at this point in time, the feedback that I've received from our stakeholders is that most of us are feeling comfortable with it. We're pretty solid with our experience there. So unless there are any major updates or issues regarding the platforms, I think that we will say goodbye to Google Classroom and updates on teletherapy until there's something to report to you on. I'm very pleased with where we are with it. So thank you all, the parents, the families, the students, the staff, for working together on this with us. We've done a fabulous job doing it together. As I've done every single week, I would like to thank the frontline and essential workers. You are putting your lives on the line. You're doing such brave, important things for us all so we could stay at home. Thank you for all that you do. We appreciate everything that you're doing, and you're helping to keep us safe. Thank you again. I hope that everyone had that nice day off, that Memorial Day, and had a nice long weekend. We all enjoyed it and got our batteries recharged, and now we're back to work. I just want to make a reminder about a couple of things. As I said last time, at this point in time, it looks like our last day of school for all of our Teegurmann school programs will be Friday, June 26th. If anything changes, you will hear it from me or from your building principals. What you hear outside going on in other schools, in the Department of Education, maybe your local school district, that has nothing to do with us, you hear it from me or from your building principals. Reminder again, Friday, June 26th, at this point in time, is our last day of school. Our summer session will begin on Monday, July 6th, 2020, and go for 30 days through Friday, August 14th. As I said with this end of school year, you hear it from me or you hear it from your building principal about summer session. All of your children have 30-day mandated IEP services. So we expect all of our students to be participating during that 30-day period. And if you are having concerns or issues with regard to your participation, you need to let your principal know. Okay, but again, it's 30 days. It's part of your child's 12-month IEP, and it is Monday, July 6th through Friday, August 14th. This, I just want to be clear, this does not include UPK. UPK ends on Friday, June 26th. They do not have summer services. Summer session, as I mentioned to you last time, will be remote. It will not be in the physical space. So I just want to, again, reiterate that. We will have our 30-day summer session starting on Monday, July 6th in the remote world. And we've all become very familiar with it, and we feel comfortable with it. So hopefully you will all participate. It's important. We have not gotten any word from the state, from the governor's office about returning to physical space. But as I've said in years past, in the last couple of sessions, videos that we've done, that we want to be as prepared as possible. And we do not want any stone to be left unturned, and we do not want to be scrambling at the end. So I have talked to all of you about our thoughts and feelings about transition plans. We have forwarded some of our ideas up to the task forces up at the governor's office. Each building has their own transition plan. Dr. T believes that it might be that we open up in September. That's what she's hearing now. Again, no confirmation on that, but we want to be prepared. So in preparation of that, to make sure that we are good to go, she has charged me with the responsibility of ensuring that all buildings are ready to go if we are directed to do so, and to be ready to move ahead for the fall 2020-2021 school year. Each principal in each building has been directed to establish a task force in their own building to review their individual building plans. And from there, they're going to create specific policies for their building. They're going to create timelines for their building. And they're going to create their own professional development presentations that we will have in August to make sure that our staff is as ready as possible to return to the physical space if we are directed to return in September. Information on our specific plans will be forwarded to all of you so you can be comfortable and be knowledgeable about what we intend to do, and you could share that with your children. Starting today, like we started last week, we started something new. We started our Tiegerman Times live interviews, and we'll be continuing that on today. I'm also starting something new today. I'm going to be providing you with building updates from your principals. So whatever they forward on to me, I will share with you on a weekly basis. So what I have today from our principals, Glen Cove, the wonderful Mrs. Karen Katzman. She oversees the preschool and elementary school in Glen Cove. She indicated to me to share with all of our families and students that our preschool, these are our 4-year-olds going on to kindergarten, and our UPK will have graduation ceremonies that will be virtual, that will take place at the end of June. The 5th grade moving up ceremony will occur at some point during the summer session. Also, we will be having theme days and Spirit Week activities, and these activities will be scheduled for August. Dates will be forthcoming from Mrs. Karen Katzman, so please look out for those dates and the instructions or information necessary to participate if your child and you are going to be participating in these upcoming events. Our middle school, located in Glen Cove, overseen by the wonderful Mrs. Kristen Lyons. She indicated to me that we will be having an 8th grade moving up ceremony for our students. This is scheduled for Tuesday, June 23rd at 10 a.m. Plans for virtual field day, dance-a-thon, Spirit Week, Alumni Day, and art show are all in the works. Dates for these events will be forthcoming from Mrs. Lyons. I just want to go back just quickly back to the 8th grade moving up ceremony, which is scheduled for, as I said, for Tuesday, June 23rd at 10 a.m. This will be virtual as well. This will not be in the physical space. Information on these events will be coming from Mrs. Lyons, so please look out for that. High school in Richmond Hill, overseen by the fabulous Mrs. Lauren Leonardi. Mrs. Leonardi informed me today that she has plans for your virtual fashion night, virtual prom, virtual graduation, and virtual alumni day. All of these events are in the works. The specifics and dates for the events will be forthcoming from Mrs. Leonardi, so please look out for that. And from the Teegurmann School at Woodside, the incomparable Mrs. Nina DeVita, and she indicated to me that the physical education teacher will be arranging virtual field trips for all the students. Very exciting and very necessary, so please look out for information on that. Miss Jamae Crowder, our Director of Development, she wanted me to share with all of you from the Development Department, virtual bingo night. It happened last night. I heard it was wonderful. It raised approximately $500, and due to popular demand, Bingo Family Night will return next Thursday, June 4th at 5 p.m. I'm definitely going to be, I didn't tune in for this last one, but I will be participating in this one. I heard how great it was, and I can't wait. My kids are pushing me to participate as well. So they'll be on there, and you'll see us next Thursday. And also, if that day and time doesn't work for you, we will be doing an additional one that Sunday, June the 7th at 3 p.m. I hope to see all of you guys there. Please look out for instructions from the development department on how to sign up. Okay, and at this point in time, that brings us to our very much anticipated interview. This is the next portion of the Tiegerman Times Goes Live. I'm very excited to have today's guest. His name is Mr. Robert Viquez. He is a teaching assistant at our Richmond Hill High School, and he has been very instrumental in putting together a very popular COSA program. COSA stands for the Coordinator of Student Activities. And Mr. Robert Viquez, I can remember when I was principal at the high school, he pitched this idea to me, and I went for it, and I could never imagine what this has turned into. It's been such an important, fabulous part of our program, instructionally and social emotionally for all of our students. So I'm very happy to have him here today with me, and hopefully I've gotten better at this. I will do my best to bring him on. So let me see if I could bring him in here. All righty, we were able to figure out. I had some technical difficulties, but I was able to track down Mr. Robert Viquez. I want to thank him so much. I know he's super busy with helping students in school and setting up a great deal of activities. So I just thought that he would be a wonderful guest for my next Tiegerman Times Goes Live. And I want him to share a little bit about who he is, what he does, and all that he's done for the school, because he's a very, very important part of what we do at Teegurmann High School. So, Mr. Viquez, without further ado, what is your position at Teegurmann, for anybody who doesn't know, and how long have you been there for?
I've been with Teegurmann for 7.5 years now. I am a TA floater, but a large part of my responsibilities is overseeing and running the COSA program. So I am the COSA coordinator at the high school.
Mr. Viquez, for those who don't know what COSA is, can you share just a little bit about what's entailed in that?
Yeah, so COSA stands for Coordinator's Office of Student Activities, and it's a group of teachers and staff members. We get together and we meet with students on a regular basis and try to put on shows, socials, any extracurricular activities that we can for the kids. We try to do that.
Okay, all right. And so that explains a little bit. That kind of was a segue into my next question. You kind of answered it already. Kind of what does your job entail? Maybe tell a little bit besides the COSA piece, is as far as the floating teaching assistant piece, what it's entailed in that when we were not in the pandemic.
So that whenever there was a staff member, when we were short of staff, they would put me in the classroom and I would assist there. Mm-hmm. One of my main roles, a lot that I've taken a part of, is especially with the retail program and with the stores, especially in the summer, training our kids, training them, customer service. We do role play. They are trained how to use the POS system at our school. So I have taken on a lot of that responsibility when it comes to the retail program.
You wear a lot of hats, Mr. Viquez. You do it all. We're so very lucky. So have some of those tasks or responsibilities. I know that my job has evolved a little bit during the pandemic. So while you're working from home, how has that impacted your roles or responsibilities as a floating teaching assistant, as well as doing the COSA kind of activities?
Well, as the floating teacher assistant, I've been helping again with the retail team and helping them with some of their lesson plans and joining in on their meetings. And then as far as COSA, it's just really, working with my team, trying to make sure that we're doing what we do in the building and translating that into the digital world, and trying to keep our kids connected.
Mm-hmm. That's so very important. That's been such a important piece to what I'm trying to do, is keep everyone connected, communicating, informing the important information. What challenges do you think that you've faced so far to date with having to function in the remote world?
Internet.
Mm-hmm.
Internet. It's been horrible. You know, you start working on something, and then there have been times where I get kicked out, and it's, you know, 20 minutes sometimes it's 2 hours, and then you get back on, and it's like you feel like you've wasted a day. I think that's just been the hardest part of all of this, is having a stable internet connection to be able to do my job. And the other thing would be that interaction with the students, being able to see them, being able to, you know, gauge and if they're, you know, learning, if they're taking what we're doing and they're enjoying it. We haven't really been able to do that because we're very limited to seeing our kids.
We could do the best that we can, but you can't recreate the physical space.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? I mean, do you think that you've learned anything about yourself throughout this whole ordeal, throughout this whole moment of time in remote learning? Have you learned anything about yourself as far as a professional, as far as a person?
I think as a professional, you know, I've always said online work and school and things of that is not for me, and this like has confirmed it. You know, I need to be interacting with people. I need to be, you know, around people. I have a roommate, and so when she was working at home, there was some type of, you know, person there. Now she's actually back at the hospital working. I'm like, oh my God, it's just me and the dogs. And it's been tough.
So what you're describing is what I think a lot of us have had to deal with is, you know, being at home, trying to set up a schedule, right? And you may have children running around, you may roommates, families, friend member, everyone's coming and going at home, and you're trying to juggle it. It's a lot for all of us. All right. So when you're not working, and I know that you work so hard, you're tireless for the organization, and really work tirelessly for the children. That's your number one, you know, concern, and your mission there is for the children. What have you been doing at home to keep yourself busy when you're not working?
I have been remodeling, redecorating my apartment. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and the pandemic has forced me to do that. So that's what I've been doing on my time off.
Right. Better late than never, right?
Yep.
Okay. And my last question for you is, what is the one thing that the Teegurmann community or your students don't know about you that you want them to know about?
I guess in a few months, I will, if we don't get back to the building, I will be in the same boat as they are. I will be remote learning. I'm enrolling back into school to finish my degree. I hope that's not the case. I need to be in a physical space, but you know, if that's what it has to happen, that's what has to happen.
All right, well, we're so happy and proud of you, and to continue to pursue and grow, your education. And I just want to speak on behalf of all of us in the Teegurmann community. We appreciate all that you do for the staff and especially for the students. And as I was saying before I brought you on, that I recall many moons ago, I was the principal in the school building when you came to me with a packet and you said to me, I got this idea, Dr. Jeremy. And I go like, what is this? What is this? And I could never at that point in time have imagined what this has turned into. And I just want to thank you. We are in your debt because you have done so much for the high school and for our students. And hopefully this model of what you have done, we've already brought this to the middle school, and we hope in the future we can bring this to all of our school buildings because it is so instrumental to the growth instructionally of our students as well as their social emotional well-being. So thank you again, Mr. Viquez, and I hope to see you in the school building soon.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Take care.